Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Of course, Curly decided she wanted to get a drink of water. So I guess I'll give her a second to get finished with drinking. Never a perfect video, right? All we can do is try. So today we're going to be making homemade granola. Alright, Curly, are we finished yet? I'm sure y'all can hear the water being lapped. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Now, let's get on with the video. So today we're going to be making homemade granola that I think I've said for the third time. Sorry about that. It's cheaper, it's healthier, and it's much more frugal just to make it at home. I've been doing the hashtag make it instead of buy it, because there are many things, and most actually everything that can be bought at the grocery store can be made at home. And I do believe homemade is healthier. And I just think maybe necessarily, some would think maybe not healthy because it has brown sugar in it. But it's healthier in a sense because you get to control what ingredients you put in there. And you know exactly where the ingredients came from. So today we're going to be needing 5 cups of, you can use quick oats or old-fashioned oats. Whatever you have, either will work just fine. So go ahead and get that measured out. Alright, so 1 cup. Take it a little bit. 2 cups. It's not measured exact. 3 cups. 4 cups. And 5 cups. So there we go. Now we're going to need about a half a cup of dried powdered milk. See, that dry powdered milk comes in handy. Wouldn't probably think it would be in this recipe. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, don't put cinnamon. Put ginger or something else. Or if you like cinnamon but not as much, put a little less. I tend to enjoy it. It's good. It's healthy. So we put a whole tablespoon. The other main ingredient that I use is 1/4 of a cup of sunflower seeds. Throw that in. We're going to use, I have a cookbook here that I use as a guideline, but I have my notes wrote on it. So I will be peeking over there at it, just so I can remember how I do it. This is unsweet coconut flakes. We do keep them in the freezer just to keep them fresh. And we're going to do a half a cup of that. Let's see if that looks right. I think that would be good. Half a cup of that. And this would be the base. This would be all you have to do. But if you want to make it gourmet and add more ingredients to it, you can. But if you're adding raisins, today we're going to be adding dried cranberries. You could use dried blueberries, any kind of dried fruits, dates, whatever you want. You can do apricots, but today we're making a raspberry granola. Just give that a mix. I like to mix it up in a bowl. You could mix it up on a sheet pan, but I find that it gets quite messy, so I just do it like that. Alright, now let's get over here on the wet ingredients, and we'll have to cook that, and I'll tell you what that is as we go along. Alrighty, in a small saucepan, we're going to heat up over a medium heat. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter, real butter preferably. We're going to add 1/3 cup of real honey. Actually, let's do the oil first so that the honey will just slip right out. Just vegetable oil, any kind you prefer. You could use olive oil or whatever your preference is. Now we're going to do the honey to make it a little easier on cleanup. Hopefully I have 1/3 left in here. Looks like it's going to be just about right. Just let that finish dripping. Go ahead and dump that in there. It is going to be just about right. Alright, let's go ahead and get this. Took the lid off so it would go faster. It still was a little slow there. And we just have a spoon here. We're going to just melt all of this down, melt the butter. Actually, we're going to keep using that same measuring cup. This is a 1/3, and we need 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Previously made a video on making your own homemade brown sugar. We're going to need 3/4 of a cup. So I'm just going to pack it in there. And that will make our 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now we're just going to heat this until the sugar and the butter is melted. The butter is finally melted. And then after it gets melted and heated, we're going to let this boil for about 2 minutes and just turn the heat off. So you want a good boil for about 2 minutes. It's all caramelized. And then we're going to dump it into our bowl with the oatmeal and our mixture. Alright, set that in the sink because it's hot. Now what we're going to do is mix it up. This is why I like to use a bowl, because it gets a little messy. It's not all going to be like that cluster, but most of it will be. I find this combination works just about right. You do want to work pretty fast with it. Get it all mixed together. Get a spoon. We're sticking to the wood spoon, just so that we make sure it's all getting mixed up good. Okay. Alright, that looks really good. It smells absolutely delicious. Now we're going to get a large sheet pan. Well, actually, you're going to need 2 sheet pans because it makes a lot. It makes way more than you would get if you bought a pack of granola. So I know it's a lot cheaper to make yourself. I think these are 11 by 17, so it's the largest cookie pan I have. Now, I have put them on pizza pans before and made this. We're going to do this first. Spread it out evenly as you can get it. You can put it on parchment paper. I do like mine a little toasty, so I find it does toast up better just on the pan itself. And we are going to stick this in the oven at about 350 degrees, depending on your oven, your temperature. You know how your oven works. For about 10 minutes, and halfway through we're going to stir it to make sure it's browning, but it goes really fast within 10 minutes, and you have to watch it careful that it doesn't get too brown on top. So let me go ahead and get these in the oven, and I'll bring you right back. I just like to pull them out and move it around a little bit. Carefully. Try not to make too big of a mess, but it happens. That way it moves it all around. The edges seem to get a little bit darker than the rest, but that's okay. I move it around and let it finish cooking and cooling off on the little sheet pan. Probably about 20 minutes or so. Move this one to the side, and let me get the other one out. Smells so delicious in here. Wish y'all could smell it. You're going to have to let me know in the comments below if y'all make homemade granola, and share some ideas and see how y'all do yours. Okay, we have the granola out the oven. It is cooled off. With the cranberries, you can just sprinkle it on the top. And I'm going to try to put about half on this one, half on the other one. And they will get mixed in when I dump them back in the bowl. I do dump mine back in the bowl because it makes it easier to put in the jars. You can do it off the sheet pan. Either way, it can be kind of messy. Get the other one and do the same thing. And I do this because I don't like to mix it up once I get it in a bowl. I like those clusters to be in it. Now we're going to put it in our, I'm going to use the wide mouth quart jars, because we do go through probably a quart jar about a week. So we're just going to simply put it in there. I think I'm going to hold it over because it is messy. Actually, I'm going to get a better spoon. be not necessarily better. It's plastic, but you know. And just go ahead and fill it all the way to the top. I don't know if y'all can see Curly Q, but she's hoping something's gonna hit the floor. I guess she likes her some homemade raspberry granola as well. Usually makes about 3-quart drawers. The wide mouth does hold a little more. So if we have some extra, we'll just put that in a little baggie or something. And looks like it holds true to that 3 largemouth quarts. So that is a lot of granola. If you were to buy it in the store, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't get but like maybe 8 ounces. If you bought the larger ones, maybe 10, 12 ounces, but very quick and easy. So it's completely cooled. If it was not cooled, I would let it sit in the jar longer and let it dry. Or not dry, cool off, so that it wouldn't have any moisture in the jar. So mine is dry though. We got, so it's just telling me that my granola's been sitting at least 20 minutes. I think I set the timer for 30 minutes. So we got oxygen absorbers. You can buy these anywhere, like on Amazon in bulk. I keep it in a little pint-sized jar so that it keeps the moisture out and they stay fresh. Put one in each one. Put a lid on each one. Right on the top, the date. Got our little vacuum sealer. Well, this is for the quart, so we gotta take the bottom off because that's for the regular mouth. And vacuum seal each one of them. It's really that simple. I think it takes about 35-45 seconds. And then you will have shelf-stable dry canning. I guess you could call it dry canning. 3 quarts of healthy, wholesome cranberry granola. Now keep in mind you can put any type of dried fruit that you like in it. I'm not going to do all of them. I know it's time consuming. Now this will be shelf-stable for, I know, up to 6 weeks. It's still going to be fresh and be good if you use the oxygen absorber. If you do use it, then just vacuum seal it right back. It's very good to have on hand. What do we use granola for? We use granola in our oatmeal, cream of wheat, low fat, light Greek yogurt, sugar-free pudding, unsweetened applesauce. Let's see, what else was it? I also use it for making muffins. You can use it after you make the muffins. You put the muffins in your tins before you bake them. Sprinkle a little bit of granola on top. There really is a lot of different things you can use granola for. I find that it is easy to use, and if I make it ahead of time, then you're not tempted to buy those little yogurt packs or something that has granola in it. And also, I remembered what it was, you also can just put you a bowl of this and add some milk and have a delicious, wholesome, healthy granola, cranberry type of cereal. So there's lots of things you can do with it. So I think that's going to be all for today. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. I'll be back pretty soon with some more content. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.